All right, family, welcome back. It is your favorite life and relationship strategist. I am your girl, MarshaunO. Thank you so much for coming back. So today, I'm sure you already seen the topic, the title, and yes, that is exactly what I want to talk to you guys about today. What is the only way that your relationship is guaranteed to work? Very simple question. Let me know what your thoughts are. Yes, let me know what your thoughts are down below. I would definitely want to read them. And of course, we will continue the conversation down in the comment section below. But my thoughts, I believe that the only way that your relationship is guaranteed to work is if you 100% commit to it. That's the only way. So many of us are so quick to throw in the towel. Our generation, or maybe it's the generation of social media and us having just so many choices and not having to meet our neighbors like in the same building that we grew up in or on the same farm. Well, maybe not the same one, but the neighbor's farm, whatever. Because we have so many choices, or at least it seems that way, that it's easier to walk away. It's easier to say no. It's easier to say, you know what, you ain't doing what I want you to do, so I ain't got time for this. Or you're not letting me get my way, even though we don't say it that way. But deep down inside, that's what we are saying. That's what we believe, because all of us want our way each and every time. We want it every single time, when in fact, we all know that we cannot get our way every single time in every situation. But until you commit 100% to your relationship, it ain't never gonna work. See, a lot of us get into the relationships, and guess what? We're on the fence. This one might be good, but I'm always out there looking. Maybe, just maybe, the dude next door, the dude up the street, that fine joker. Yes, he a joker. That fine joker that always got off his shirt, walking to his car to get X, Y, and Z. Maybe, just maybe, he'll be better. Because we all have a tendency to think that the grass is greener on the other side. It's funny, because until we get over there, it always looked beautiful. Woo! The grass looks so green over there. But guess what? Just as sure as you get over there, it's a whole bunch of weeds. It's a whole bunch of weeds. Or they had that fake grass. I can't even think of what they call the fake grass. The turf, whatever, that fake grass. So until you commit 100% to your relationship working, and obviously I'm talking about ones that just need to put some work in order to get to where it needs to be. I'm not talking about any of the relationships where literally you are being taken advantage of to the point where it's just horrible, or you're in a dictatorship type of relationship, or even an abusive type of relationship. Those are not the relationships that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones where you are literally on the fence thinking that maybe, just maybe, I'm only going to commit if something makes me commit, such as she gets pregnant, or we happen to, whatever that happened to is, insert. When you do not feed your relationship, it's not going to work. After a period of time, there is going to be a breakdown. There is going to be a lack of wanting to be there. It's no longer going to be fun any longer when you're there. You have to feed your relationship. You have to put in the time in your relationship. You cannot think that you cannot think that when you get with your guy, that when you get with your girl, that you still are going to hang out all the time with your buddies or your girls, and then think that your partner is going to be satisfied with you, because they're going to be wondering where their time is. Where's their quality time? How important are they to you? If you're always saying, I'm going out, and then when you're with your spouse, you're not doing anything but on your electronic devices, or watching some type of movie, or on the phone doing X, Y, and Z, and again, not spending quality time, after a while that gets old. And so if you don't want to spend time with me, if you don't want to hang out with me, if you don't want me to always nag you about hanging out with me, nag you about let's do something together, nag you about you putting everybody before me, I no longer seem like the priority, why would you think I'm going to still be happy with you and the way that things are unfolding? See, just like a flower needs all the nutrients from the sun and the water from the rain, your relationship needs the nutrients from you. That water is the quality time. That water is the laughter. That water is the nutrients for your relationship. That water is the vacation time. That water is the running ideas by one another to see, does this fit into our relationship? You have to be all in order for your relationship and it to be guaranteed to work out. All in, 100% in. Not teetering the fence, not 98% in, but then you still out there got that wandering eye, letting your spouse walk ahead of you so you can get another look. Listen, your spouse is not stupid. You have a feeling within your gut. We all have that feeling within our gut when we know that our spouse, when we know our boyfriend, when we know our girlfriend is not 100% in it. We don't always want to say anything, but we know. We're just hoping that you can see the good in us like I can see the good in you. Oh my God, we would be so good together if... But that so good together will never come into fruition if both of you are not on the same page with one another. If you're still looking, if you're still searching, but you still have somebody by your side right now, you're not 100% committed to the relationship. And at some point, if you don't get 100% committed to the person that's right in front of you, you are going to lose that person. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. And if you don't feel like they are the right spouse, the right partner for you to take the relationship to the next level, or for you to be 100 committed to them, then why are you there in the first place? So you have to decide, make up your mind. And if that decision is that you want to stop, quote unquote, wasting your time, then do that. Yes, it's going to hurt in the moment. You might not even feel anything because you're not 100% committed, but maybe your partner is 100% committed and he or she is going to be crushed. Crush him now. I know that's unpopular. Crush him, crush her right now, because I'm telling you, once they finish going through their painful state, they're going to blossom. They're going to bloom. And then guess what? They're going to find the guy. They're going to find the girl that really compliments them, that really, really does love them, that really does want to put in the time, that really does want to be 100% committed to him or to her. And you'll be out of the picture doing whatever you're doing, and they'll be blooming and blossoming and just enjoying life. In the moment, it's going to suck. But they'll be better off if you're not 100% committed to them. And you'll be better off if you are the person and you know that your spouse, if you know that your partner is not 100% committed to the relationship, you'll be better off without them. And I get it. Sometimes we just need to make sure. But how long do you need to make sure? Your time is different than my time, so I can't tell you what your time is. But you have to decide. How long is too long to be waiting around to see if your partner is 100% committed to you? To know it in your heart, to feel it in your gut without a shadow of a doubt that you know your boo got your back. That you know your boo has actually stopped searching. That you know your boo is like, yeah, she for me, I'm for him. Or vice versa. See, actually, me and my husband went through this. We were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. And he was teetering the fence. And of course, I didn't like it, but I felt it in my gut. He wasn't all in. And I'm okay with that because we wasn't even a boyfriend and girlfriend. We had only been together for a couple weeks. But what I didn't like, and this is where he had to make a decision. I'd gotten off the dating sites. He decided to stay on there because he was still searching. Again, I get it because we wasn't a couple. And then what I didn't get is after we decided to become a couple, Meaning, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that he asked me 6 weeks after we met to be his girlfriend. I said yes. And so while I'm 100% committed to seeing where we're going, we finally decided to say, yes, let's be a couple. He wasn't there yet. And he wasn't there yet because he was still on the dating sites. And again, for those of you who are new, we met on a dating site. He was still on the dating sites. And how I found out he was still on the dating site is because he clicked on one of my friend's profile and sent her a message. But he didn't realize that's who the person was. And she told me. And I seen the message. I seen him going back and forth or whatever. And she was like, wait a minute, I think I know you, blah, 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 whatever. Long story short, I confronted him about it because I'm not the one. Like, I get it. People date multiple people, but we had said that we were exclusive. So no longer were we supposed to be dating multiple people. And yes, that was clarified because I don't do that. Anywho, speed along the story, I confronted him about said situation. Of course, like many people, when they don't think that you have evidence, there was a lie, of course. Pulled out the evidence, backed into a corner. I'm like, oh, I mean, you know what? It's cool. It's totally cool. No hard feelings. Do what you need to do. I'm just not going to be participating in this. I'm looking for somebody that wants to be with me and only me. You still searching? I'm cool. You can search all you want to. I'm just not going to be available. I moved on with life, went on home. A day or two later, I get a knock at my door. Now, that's important for me to bring up here because don't nobody just come to my house. Like, and he knew that. He knew nobody just comes to my house unannounced. Nobody does that. So I'm looking at the door and I'm like, what is he doing here? So I open up the door. We talk, blah, 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 whatever, right? He's telling me his reasonings and all this other stuff, right? So, when you are teetering the fence, because he was teetering the fence, I have no problem with you teetering the fence with somebody else. I have a problem with you teetering the fence with me. And I get it. That wasn't the most popular thing to do. But one thing about it, he made the decision. And he made the decision to get off of those dating sites after, because I actually dumped him. I broke up with him. Literally, we standing in the middle of the street. And I'm like, dude, I'm not about to argue with you about this. I get it. We knew. I get it. You know, you're going to deny. But I had evidence, dude. Stop it. Guess what? I'm good on that. And I went on about my merry way. And one thing that I know about a lot of people, a lot of times when we do things like what I'm saying that I did, a lot of times we'll take the person back. And obviously I took him back. But I had to send a message. That ain't for me. And so after he had to think about it because he came back 2 days later because he was calling and texting and I was doing nothing. No, I don't have time for that. You do what you do and I'm going to do what I do. Obviously, we made it past this, but my point to me bringing any of this up is anytime you are teetering the fence and you know that the person is teetering the fence with you, now comes your part. And your part is to make the decision. Do you want to deal with being in teetering the fence situation? Or do you want to say, you know what, I'm going to cut my losses today and love myself enough to say, I ain't got to deal with that. And that's what I did. I ain't got to deal with that. And I didn't. Guess what? He showed me he wasn't on them sites no more. Which I think is funny because as you guys know, we did get married. But listen, if you're not 100% committed, your relationship is never going to work out. And that is something we can all learn from. Be 100% committed in everything that you do, including your relationships. Because so many of us, we're 100% committed to getting our degree, no matter how long it takes. We're 100% committed to getting these promotions on the job. Lots of us, not everybody, but lots of us are 100% committed when we have children. It's something about the relationship and somebody that can actually tear you down, rip your heart out, that you don't know if you want to be 100% committed with that person, because they have that potential power to put you in a vulnerable state. But guess what? If you never put yourself out there or in that situation, you will never get the blissful life that you absolutely want, that you've been praying about, that you've been thinking about. You have to put yourself out there. But decide, make the decision, and stick to your decision. If your decision is to commit 100%, then do just that. Be there. Cultivate your relationship. Create the relationship. Create the love life. Create your life, period, the way that you want it to be created, alongside your spouse. Don't think about and making it competition. It's not about that. Commit to the relationship. If you truly want it to work, you would commit to it 100%. Everything and anything that comes along, you will commit to the relationship working out no matter what. And that is the only way that you will guarantee that your relationship will work out.